Yes.
My realm is the present.
What's next on your list then?
This isn't one game, it's more like a collection of games. It would be Pokemon.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I have played every single Pokemon now, apart from on the main canon line, apart from Arceus.
Okay, yeah.
Which I've started, and then I got obsessed with another game. So that's to come back to, basically.
Okay.
But yeah, I love Pokemon.
Is that it?
Yes. No, no, it's not. So yeah,
I love Pokemon. Let's just wait for 5 minutes. Let's just sit in silence.
Well, what else is there to say? It's an amazing game. No, so I love that you level up. I love that it's like that you've got all these defensive moves which don't work for battles, and you just have to basically ignore them and just go straight to like hit people. I liked the fact that you just kind of mooched around the world and picked up these little creatures and played with the ones you liked and left the other ones behind and sold them back to the professor.
Oh, you sound that sounds quite tragic.
Well, no, but the whole game, when you actually think about it, is terrible. You're basically like cockfighting.
That's true, yeah.
With creatures until they faint.
Yeah.
And they then require medical attention. Yeah. And you store them in a tiny ball far smaller than, they should be living free in the world. Yeah. And apparently this is good for them. And they get all these wonderful, like relationships with their trainers, and they want to die for them. And I'm just like, this is so much wrong with this game, but I really like it. I just ignore the fact that any of that is the case.
Just ignore the ethics. Yeah, just go.
Yeah, well, it's just because they're not real; they're pixels. So I'm like, it's okay. But yeah, in the real world, it would be absolutely tragic. But yeah, so you. Well, it would. Come on.
I'm just imagining, like, again, you're kicking in. I don't know. You're doing a lot of kicking indoors today. You kick in our door and you just throw a ball at our pet dog.
I know. Can you imagine?
Yeah, suck him up and just take him up. Go. We're going fighting.
Yeah.
And we've. Oh, okay. I guess
you'll practice and get better at fighting.
Yeah. You skip off down the road just going, Pokemon.
Yeah, like dog fighting's illegal, like cockfighting's illegal, but Pokemon fighting's kind.
Yeah, that's kind. It's the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do. Oh dear, yeah.
So did you start, presumably then you started on Game Boy with Pokemon then?
Actually, no. Well, kind of. So I didn't have a Game Boy. My brother had a Game Boy, and he didn't really like me to play it. So I downloaded a ROM.
Do you want to call him out? Do you want to name him?
No, he knows who he is.
Okay.
So I started on a ROM of Pokemon Yellow.
Okay, yeah. That was actually my first Pokemon game.
Yeah, and then I played... I can't remember if it was Blue or Red. I think it was Blue. Mm-hmm. And then I forget all of the names because they're basically the same storyline, aren't they?
Yeah.
You go from town to town. No, but that's fine. You go from town to town. You collect creatures.
Hang on. That's fine for Pokemon, but not for Zelda.
I realise that there's.
You realise as you said that.
No, I have fully realised all the way. But Zelda, you don't collect.
Oh, I see. In Zelda, you're not actually collecting animals against their will and forcing them to fight. Yeah,
exactly. And you don't fill up a Pokédex, which for some reason fills me with such satisfaction I can't even express. And then when Pokemon Go came out, I was like, oh my God. And I still play that. Mm-hmm. Actually, Pikmin is what I play now. But I probably will go back to Pokemon Go again. But yeah, I really think it's the creatures. I mean, the story's rubbish. Mm-hmm. I like learning what the creatures can do. I like their evolutions. Mm-hmm. I think it's the Pokemon that do it for me. Yeah, not any of the other stuff. And then you actually convinced me to play Pokemon Snap because I had always avoided any other games around Pokemon, because I was like, they're just a money-making enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what it's about. It's just, you know, I'd been really snooty-ish about it.
It's about the fighting.
Yeah.
It's about the animal endangerment and capture.
Yeah, and you'd said, like, this is another way to interact with Pokemon in a more humane, scientific way. And I'd really bought into this. Like, I really bought into this. And I was like, right, okay, I'm going to try Pokemon Snap. So I got it on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, I mean, Pokemon Snap is basically you're on rails, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
With a camera, and you're basically looking around and taking pictures. But actually, it was just so adorably lovely.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I hammered that game, and there wasn't enough content in it for me.
No,
I think I finished it within about 20 days, and I was like, this is not good.
I'd be amazed if there isn't some sort of DLC coming for that at some point, because it's a really good game. And the original, again, I suppose honourable mention on the N64 was very important to me. But I actually introduced Mrs. Soup to the original Pokemon Snap on the Wii U. They finally released it after the Wii U more or less was confirmed as being a dead console. They released it on the digital shop front, because it just looked a bit cleaner. It was, you know, now when you go, especially when you go back to N64 games, the polygon count and the colors are so muddy, and the polygon count is so low that it can be quite hard to enjoy those games. If you hadn't already played them when they were around at the time, I think.
I think nostalgia makes you not hate rubbish games, doesn't it?
Well, and especially not hate that weird, really, really weird time when people were learning how to make 3D games. So actually, when you go back,
nothing can save Broken Sword 3. Was it 3?
Yeah, no, I think it was 3. Yeah, 3D. But actually, even when you go back and play the original Tomb Raider, it's weird. It's really weird now to play, because they were figuring out how on earth do you turn Lara, how do you help her to aim, how do you navigate the 3D space. Excuse me. So it can be hard to go back to some of those games in the late 90s, early 2000s, definitely. But I'm so glad that you enjoyed Pokemon Snap, though. And as I say, it is that scientific thing. It feels like you're on an expedition.
No, it is.
You're not there to hurt them.
And it's a really ethical way of interacting with Pokemon, because you're watching them in the natural habitat, and as they get more comfortable with you, they do more interest. It's just really lovely.
Yeah, exactly.
But I really enjoyed it, but it isn't, to me, what the Pokemon. It isn't the game that made me. Do you know what I mean? Like, the games that made me were this wander around, catch Pokemon, fight gym leaders.
I'm just imagining you turning up on the island as a you're trying to reform yourself as a Pokemon champion, but you're just covered in like the skins of Pokemon that you've murdered over the years. You
have such weird thought processes about me in our conversations.
I do. Well, it's like hello. My name is Ruth. I am the infamous champion, the scourge of Pokemon. I am here to reform myself. But yes, no, Pokemon, excellent entry.
Yes, realm.
More than anything else in her life, she wants to see Paris.